Hello, everyone. This is Nicola with Faster Changes Integrative Change Work here with Yvonne. And today we are going to be tapping to release her emotional attachments to strudel. Is it a particular kind of strudel, Yvonne, like cheese strudel, or we just call it strudel?
Strudel is good. It is filled with fruit or with apples mostly, or with
Okay.
strawberries or something.
All right. So that's what we're going to be working today. And so the goal of this video is to work with Yvonne on a very specific food. Carbs are kind of the thing that get to her and she'll overeat on. We're going to use the specific strudel as the way in. And the purpose of this video is so that you can tap along and change your relationship to carbs through barring benefits. Okay. So as you do that, you don't necessarily need to look for particular foods or look for a particular carb. You can just repeat after me, tap and say what I say, and just notice what happens. Barring benefits just works wonderfully. Okay. So Yvonne, are you ready to start?
Yes.
Perfect. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to clean up your mind and how you represent strudel and all the ways you create the emotional attachment to it, the craving for it. So let's have you just close your eyes and think about that strudel, that wonderful sugary sweet carb right there on your plate, not too far from you. And think about how much you want it. 0 to 10. How much do you want that strudel?
Well, an 8.
An 8. And if you think about it a little more and maybe how it tastes and the texture of it, can you make it stronger?
Yeah, I could make it stronger.
Yeah, how strong can you make it?
I can make it a 9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good, good. What about a 10?
Yeah, I could make it a 10.
Good job. Notice how you did it. And now tap.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I release and let go of that craving for strudel.
I release and let go of that craving to strudel.
I am eliminating all my emotional attachments to strudel.
I'm eliminating all my emotional attachments to strudel.
It's not useful anymore.
It's not useful anymore.
I'm choosing to have more control over my cravings.
I want to be, say it again, I forgot.
I am choosing to have more control over my cravings.
I'm choosing to have more control on my craving.
That's right. You feel your fingers, right?
Yes.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Take a deep breath, let it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Good. So now think about it again. I want you to think about the strudel, how much you want it. And for this moment, actually, I want you to think about all the carbs, all the sugary carbs that you tend to like. We're going to just kind of go out real general for a moment. Think about the texture, the taste, the sweetness, all the ways you want it, all the ways you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to make it really strong again. How strong can you make it?
Yeah, I can make it a 10.
Good. Notice the 10. Notice all the carbs, all the sugars, all the sweetness, all the cravings, and think about how you overeat them.
Yeah.
Think about all the ways you do that. You got it? Now, if you imagine a tree in front of you and I were to pull all the roots out from underneath that tree, what naturally happens to a tree that has no roots?
It falls over and dies.
That's right. So now you're going to tap with me again. This time you're going to count backwards silently from 500 by 2.5 and listen to my words. Ha ha ha. I am eliminating all sadnesses, all fears, all emotional traumas. I am eliminating all repressed emotions, food cravings, angers, rage, resentments, regrets, rejections. I am eliminating all guilt, judgments, abandonments, betrayals, helplessness, hopelessness, feelings of no control, feelings of being controlled by my cravings, all snack eating, clock eating, sugar cravings, strudel. I'm here to let it go. I'm safe as I let it all go now. You can squeeze your wrist, Take a deep breath, let it out, and say peace. Good. And go to a happy memory. I know you have them. Think of one. Which one did you go to?
Shower of sunlight.
Ah,
Would be
shower of
nice.
sunlight. Beautiful. Just feel that sunlight. Notice everything that's good about a shower of sunlight. And then squeeze your wrist and take a deep breath and say peace. Good. So now we're going to focus back in on the strudel. You've got strudel sitting right there next to you. How much can you make yourself want it?
I can make it an 8.
Notice that 8. Notice it's not as strong. Now tap. So I release and let go of that 8 feeling.
Release and let go of that 8 feeling.
That craving for strudel feeling.
That craving for strudel feeling.
That image of strudel in my mind.
That image of strudel in my mind.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Food is just food.
Food, it's just food.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Perfect. Okay. So close your eyes and think about the strudel. I want you to notice inside how you represent it, how much you want it, how strong is it now?
5.
A 5. Notice how it's changing and tap. And feel your fingers. I release that remaining craving for strudel.
I release that remaining craving for strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments.
I release all my emotional attachments.
To my internal representations of strudel.
To my internal representations of strudel.
Releasing tastes and smells.
All the tastes and smells.
Releasing all the images.
I release all the images.
I just let it go.
I just let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath, let it out, and say peace.
Yes.
What are you noticing inside on that tapping round? Anything?
While I was tapping, I didn't smell it, or I didn't notice the smell of it, because I have it right here.
Yep.
And I didn't notice the smell.
Interesting. So think about it again. It's right there in your mind. How much can you make yourself want the strudel?
A 5.
It's taking you longer and longer to connect to that number though. Tap.
Yes. Yes.
However I did that, I let it go.
However I did that, I let it go.
All the ways I create that desire for strudel, I let it go.
All the ways I create that desire for strudel, I let it go.
It's just a strudel.
It's just strudel.
There's nothing magic about it.
Nothing magic about it.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist, deep breath, and say peace.
Peace.
Good. Okay, so think about it again. That strudel, 0 to 10, how much do you want it? Just notice it in your mind.
When I looked to the plate, when I looked at the plate, I noticed the smell. Isn't that crazy?
You connected it to the smell. That right there.
Yeah. And then,
let it go.
It got stronger. I let it go.
That right there.
That's right there.
All the ways I represent strudel, I let it go.
All the ways I represent strudel, I let it go.
Thank you, brain.
Thank you, brain.
For letting me know what to let go of.
For letting me know what to let go of.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath, let it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Perfect. Okay, in your mind, how much do you want the strudel? First thought.
3.
No, good. Notice how much it's changing from a 10 to a 3. You're doing awesome. Now tap. I release and let go of that desire for strudel.
I release and let go of that desire for strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to strudel.
It's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
I'm okay as I'm letting that go.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
Food is just food.
It's just food.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist, wiggle your toes, take a deep breath, let it out. Say peace.
Peace.
Think about it again. Strudel. How much in your mind can you make yourself want the strudel?
Number 4, what I noticed was that I started salivating. Is it
Well, that's because you looked at it on your desk.
Right, yes,
Yeah.
right that moment.
So let's do it in your mind first.
Okay.
But notice the 4. Now tap. Say, let it go.
I let it go.
That salivating feeling.
That salivating feeling.
It's okay to let it go.
It's okay to let it go.
I release all my internal representations of strudel.
I release all my internal representations of strudel.
Let it go. Squeeze your
Let
wrist.
it go.
Deep breath. Let it out and say peace.
Peace.
Okay. So check it again. Eyes closed. In your mind, how much can you make yourself want the strudel?
The 2.
Good. So we're just cleaning up the mind first. So notice that 2. When you notice that 2, how do you know that you want it? Is it, do you see it in your mind? Are you tasting it? Are you smelling it? What's the?
I noticed the smell.
In your mind. Good.
Yep.
Just say, I release that smell.
I release that smell.
That strudel smell.
That strudel smell.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Good. Let it all go.
Let it all go.
Good. Wiggle the toes. Squeeze your wrist. Take a deep breath. And say peace.
Peace.
Perfect. So close your eyes again. Inside, I want you to just aim at this strudel smell. Can you smell it?
In my mind, there was almost nothing.
Okay.
But I noticed the smell. Maybe I should put the
No, that's fine. You can let it be there.
further away.
No, it's okay.
No.
You just keep it there. It's
Because
fine.
I noticed the smell here.
Yep.
And
we're going to get to it in present time too, but just notice the smell in your mind because it's going to work the same way. So just notice that you can smell it now. Now tap. Feel your fingers. I release that smell.
I release that smell.
That strudel smell. What does it smell like? Because I can't smell it.
It smells like like oven and mom baking something.
Okay.
I think
I release all my emotional attachments to that smell of mom baking something.
I release all my emotional attachments to
that smell of mom baking something.
Mom baking something.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Good. There you go. Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath. And say peace. Good. So let's check it again. And close your eyes. Can you smell strudel or is it gone?
It has lessened a lot.
Any smell left? 0 to 10. How strong is it if there is any?
It's a 2.
Good. Let's do one more round on that and then we'll move to taste. Feel your fingers and say, I release that smell.
I release that smell.
I release all my emotional attachments to that smell.
I release all my emotional attachments to that smell.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm safe as I let it go.
I'm safe as I let it go.
Perfect. Good job. Squeeze your wrist.
Peace.
Peace. Perfect. Okay, so now in your mind, I want you to imagine that you're going to cut off a piece of that strudel and take a bite. Tell me how it tastes.
I notice it tastes. I notice that I'm I'm salivating again.
Tap right there. Good. Let it go.
I let it go.
Safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
That right there. Let it go.
That right there. Let it go.
Thank you, brain,
Thank you, brain,
for letting me know what to let go of.
for letting me know what to let go of.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And say peace. Good. Check it again in your mind. Imagine taking a bite of the strudel, tiny bite. What stands out to you? What does it taste like?
Sweet.
Notice the sweet taste and tap.
Mm.
I release that sweet taste.
I release that sweet taste.
I release all my emotional attachments to that sweet taste.
I release all my emotional attachments to that sweet taste.
It will be so sweet to let that go.
It will be so sweet to let that go.
I just let it go.
I just let it go.
Good. Wiggle the toes and squeeze your wrists. Take a deep breath and say peace.
Peace.
Good. Think about it again in your mind. Take a bite of that strudel. What happens?
It is sweet. It is vanilla. That
Notice the
vanilla
sweet. Is the
smell.
sweet less?
The sweet.
Less, more, or the same?
Yeah, the sweet was less.
Good.
What
Notice
I
the vanilla
noticed
now.
more
That's a new layer.
was the flavor. Yeah.
Yeah. Now tap.
Mm-hmm.
I release that sweet vanilla taste.
I release that sweet vanilla taste.
I release all my emotional attachments to the sweet vanilla taste.
I release all my emotional attachments to that sweet vanilla taste.
Let it go.
I let it go.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
Can't love me or comfort me.
It can't love me or comfort me.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And say peace.
Peace.
Good. Okay, Yvonne, how are you feeling?
A little hungry.
A little hungry, huh? Yeah, I'm a lot hungry.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right, so think about it again. In your mind, take a bite of the strudel. Any flavor. What do you notice?
Mm-hmm.
Less, more, the same?
It's sweet and sour. And
Sweet and sour. That sour wasn't there before, was it?
It is difficult to put a name on it.
Yeah, just notice it.
Tap.
So I release and let go of that sweet and sour taste.
I release and let go of that sweet and sour taste.
Maybe I'm starting to sour on that sweet taste.
Maybe I'm starting the sour on that taste.
Too sour on that sweet taste.
Too sour on that sweet taste.
Maybe I don't need it so much anymore.
Maybe I don't need so much anymore.
I release all my emotional attachments to that sweet and sour taste.
I release all my emotional attachments to that sweet and sour taste.
Let it go.
And let it go.
Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath, relax it out, and say peace. Good. Okay, let's do it again. In your mind, take a bite. What does it taste like? Any taste.
It's almost nothing.
That's right. There's almost nothing.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. So now think about it. It's sitting there on the desk right next to. Look at it. How much do you want it? 0 to 10.
Just 7.
Notice the 7 and how you did it inside. Now tap. I release all my emotional attachments to that strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to that strudel.
Let it go.
I let it go.
I'm safe as I let it go.
I'm safe as I let it go.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
I eat it.
I eat it.
I digest it.
I digest it.
I poop it.
I poop it.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath. And say peace.
Peace.
All right, go ahead. Look at it again. How much do you want it?
5.
Good. Notice it's changing. Notice it's becoming less and less important, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now tap.
Yeah.
Let it go.
I let it go.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Squeeze your wrist.
Peace.
Peace. Good. Okay, look at it again. Notice how different it is.
3.
Good. Tap.
3.
I release and let go of that 3 feeling.
I release and let go of that 3 feeling.
Safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
It can't love me or comfort me.
It can't love me or comfort me.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Squeeze your wrist, deep breath, and say peace.
Peace.
So where's your favorite place in Spain to go that you would jump into the ocean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking of Mallorca because this is the nearest. Oh, no, it's the most. I have been there several times, so I know it. It's most familiar.
It's most familiar. So it's something you can really look forward to.
Yay!
Yeah,
yes.
Nice. Good. So squeeze your wrist, deep breath, say peace.
Peace.
Good. And now on your desk, there's Strudel. Do you want it?
3.
A 3. Good. Notice the 3 feeling. Now tap, feel your fingers. That right there, let it go.
I let it go.
All the ways I know I wanted that Strudel.
All the ways I know I wanted that Strudel.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
Let it go.
It sounds so funny.
Yep. Well, that's really what it is, though.
Yeah.
Peace. Check it again.
It's a 2 or less.
Yeah, notice that. Isn't that interesting? Tap.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's left, let it go.
Whatever is left, I let it go.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
I give myself permission.
I give myself permission
to have more choice around food now.
to have a choice around food now.
Good. Squeeze your wrist.
Peace.
Peace. Good. Okay, check it again. Notice this becoming less and less important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Even though I find it outrageous that it dares to smell like that. It shouldn't smell.
Well, that's where we're going now, right? We're going to work on that smell. So what is the smell? When you smell that strudel, what does it smell like? Just tap right there. Right there. How dare you smell so good?
How dare you smell so good? Yes.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Let it go.
I let it go.
I release all my emotional attachments to that smell.
I release all my emotional attachments to that smell.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Perfect. Okay, check it again. Can you smell it, or is it gone?
It lessened, the smell.
Notice what's
It's
left.
not strong anymore.
Notice what's left.
Hmm,
Tap
okay.
right there. I release that
Go.
remaining smell.
I release that remaining smell.
Let it go.
I let it go.
Feel your fingers. It's safe to let it go.
It's safe to let it go.
I'm okay as I let it go.
I'm okay as I'm letting it go.
That's right. Squeeze your wrist.
Peace.
Go back and check it again, noticing how much it's changing.
It's okay. I mean, it's still a little outrageous.
Notice that little bit outrageous.
But
Now tap.
Yeah.
I release that a little bit outrageous smell.
I release that a little bit outrageous smell.
How dare you smell so good?
How dare you smell so good?
I release all my emotional attachments to that good smell.
I release all my emotional attachments to that good smell.
That outrageous smell.
That outrageous smell.
Let it go.
I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Say peace.
Peace.
Excellent. Okay, check it again.
A little. There is still a little smell.
Okay. And when you smell that little smell, what happens inside you?
It has lessened a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that attractive
That's
anymore,
right.
but there is still something in it
Notice the
that I
something.
want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel your finger. Say, I release that something.
I release that something.
I release all my emotional attachments to that something.
I release all my emotional attachments to that something.
Let it go.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Good. That's it. Good job. Squeeze your fingers. Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath and say peace. Perfect. So, how much do you want that strudel right there?
A 2.
Good. Can you smell it?
Yes, a little. It comes in waves.
It comes in waves.
It's what comes in waves.
Yeah. I release those waves.
I release those waves.
The waves of craving.
The waves of craving.
The waves of smell.
The waves of smell.
I let it go.
I let it go.
I give myself more choice around food now.
I give myself more choice around food now.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Perfect. All right, check it one more time. I think we're going to move on to tasting it.
What? It's really weird.
What's weird about it?
I notice how it has changed and what
Sure.
comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
What came to mind was looks colorless.
Colorless. Yeah.
Because it wasn't, maybe it was about colors, but I didn't know. Anyway, and then I noticed after a while, there came a little wave of smell.
Uh-huh. Did you have the same response to that little wave of smell, or has that changed as well?
It has changed as well. There is still a little bit in it that I wanted.
There's a little bit of wanting it in the smell?
A little bit of wanting in the smell and a little bit of hunger.
Good.
That
when you feel the hunger, what does that feeling tell you? The hunger feeling?
That my stomach is empty, that I want to eat.
All right. So let's start having a little bite, just a tiny bite, really small bites. You're going to just notice the taste. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Take a little bite and just tell me what it tastes like. What do you taste? You look confused.
It's not that good. It tastes like it's artificial.
It is. It's the thing we don't even realize.
Probably.
Yeah, it
Probably.
is. It happens to release that artificial taste.
I release that artificial taste.
I release all my artificial cravings.
I release all my artificial cravings.
I produce them inside.
I produce them inside.
And they're not that useful now.
And they're not that useful now.
And I let it go.
And I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath, let it out, and say peace.
Peace.
Good. Take another bite, little bite, small bites. What does it taste like?
Not that good. It's difficult. I can't describe it. It's hot. It's not good.
It's not all I thought it was.
It's not like I thought it was.
Once I release the emotions.
Once I release the emotions.
There's not much good left.
There's not much good left.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
I release all my emotional attachments to Strudel.
Let it go.
I let it go.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath. And say peace.
Peace.
Perfect. So you can take another bite. Just see any flavors that come up. You know, it could be anything.
I take the filling.
Okay. What's the filling taste like?
Fruit, but not like fruit. It's artificial.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind.
I release all those artificial tastes.
I release all those artificial tastes.
I don't need them anymore.
I don't need them anymore.
Let it go.
I let it go.
Food is just food.
Food is just food.
Maybe I'd rather have real fruit instead.
Maybe I'd rather have real food instead.
Good. Squeeze your wrist. Deep breath and say peace.
Peace.
Good. So we kind of want to just go until there's no taste, right? It's pretty much neutral. So not good taste, not bad taste, neutral taste. So take another bite and see what's there.
Disappointed. I feel it's disappointing. The taste.
So let me just ask you, what does that mean that the taste is disappointing?
Not as good as I expected.
Good. So would you feel like you have better choices around food now as a result to it being not as good?
It's easier not to eat it.
Okay,
good. If
So
I have
notice that.
decided not to have it, then it's easier.
Now tap and say, it's so much easier for me to choose better foods.
It's so much easier for me to choose better food.
I don't need to eat that.
I don't need to eat that.
I can if I want.
I can if I want.
I have choice.
I have choice.
But I can also choose better foods if I want to.
But I can also choose better food if I want to.
Yeah, good. Squeeze your wrist, deep breath, let it out, and say peace.
Peace.
So Let's just make sure it's really, really, really well changed. You don't necessarily have to have another bite, but is there any way you can create a desire or a want or a fondness for the strudel? Do you smell anything? Is there anything there that, because remember, just a little while ago, it was outrageous and it was a 10. Like you really wanted that strudel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
what is it now?
Well, I cannot smell it. Maybe it's because I have the taste of it in my or the whole thing in my mouth, but
Mm-hmm.
I, it doesn't smell.
Doesn't smell. The taste is not good. And how much do you want it? Do you want to eat the strudel now?
I won't eat it.
What would you rather have instead? Because you're hungry, right? Are you still hungry?
Yeah, it's evening.
Yeah.
I will have something. I haven't decided yet what I
Okay.
will have, but
So does
I
this
will.
feel like this has changed for you?
It has changed. Yes, it's not worth it, and it's
It's not
not
worth
good.
it.
I don't want it.
Good. Awesome.
It's not
Right?
tempting. It's not
Not
tempting.
tempting anymore.
No.
Good stuff. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to stop the video. Hopefully whatever you guys worked on, you notice a change around or change with.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Yvonne. I'm going to just stop the recording.